Ladies and gentlemen, Eagles Nation, can you feel that chill in the air? It's not just the November wind whipping through South Philly. It's the electric buzz of Black Friday football, where the Birds are set to clash with the Bears in a showdown that could shake the NFC to its core. Picture this, two 8-3 juggernauts, the Philadelphia Eagles leading the pack in the NFC East, staring down the barrel of destiny against a Chicago squad that's roaring back into contention. And at the heart of it all, our newest defensive beast, Jalon Phillips, who's already got the link rumbling like it's 2017 all over again. Buckle up, because tonight, we're diving deep into what makes this game a must-watch, and why Phillips is the X-factor that's got us all chanting, "Fly, Eagles, fly a little louder." Let's rewind the tape just a bit, because if you're an Eagles fan, you've been living this roller coaster. Just 2 weeks ago, Jalon Phillips arrived in Philly like a hurricane off the trade block from Miami. A seismic swap that felt like Howie Roseman pulling another rabbit out of his hat. At 6'5", with that explosive first step and a motor that doesn't quit, Phillips wasted zero time. In his debut doubleheader against the Packers and Lions, two of the league's top 10 offenses, mind you, our defense under Vic Fangio suffocated them for a measly 16 points combined. Phillips, he notched 12 pressures, looking every bit like the missing puzzle piece for a front four that's been terrorizing quarterbacks since Reggie White roamed these sidelines in the 80s. I mean, folks, Reggie the Minister of Defense set the gold standard for edge rushers in green, and here comes Phillips, channeling that same relentless fire. But hold on, football's a cruel mistress, isn't it? Fast forward to Thanksgiving night, and bam, a gut-wrenching 24-21 heartbreaker to those smug Cowboys down in Dallas. The boys racked up 473 yards, exposing some cracks in that once impenetrable D. For Phillips, it was a rude awakening after his dream start, a sackless night where the regression fairy decided to pay a visit. You could almost hear the collective groan from the city of brotherly love, where we've seen enough late-season stumbles to fill a highlight reel of nightmares. Remember 2022? That collapse against the Giants still gives me chills. Yet, here's the Philly magic. Our guy Jalon didn't sulk. No woe-is-me vibes from this 25-year-old phenom, who's already got 3 sacks this season and a pedigree from that Dolphins squad that had him leading the league in pressures before the trade. In his post-game huddle with the media, Phillips laid it out straight, with that quiet confidence that screams future legend. "I think ultimately, that's going to be a good thing in the long run," he said of the Dallas Dagger. "It's been cool to kind of see the ups and downs, and everybody remains steadfast and confident. Nobody's losing hope or super dejected from the loss." If that doesn't sum up the soul of this franchise, the one that rose from the ashes of those dark Andy Reid years to hoist the Lombardi in Minneapolis back in 18, then I don't know what does. It's the same grit that powered Donovan McNabb and that underdog squad through the NFC Championship fog, or Brian Dawkins turning the Superdome into his personal playground with those bone-rattling hits. Phillips gets it. He's not just playing for wins, he's buying into the brotherhood. Now, let's crank up the analysis dial, because this Black Friday tilt against the Bears isn't just another checkbox on the schedule. It's a tactical chess match with playoff implications written all over it. The Eagles sit pretty at 8-3, clinging to that number 2 seed in the conference, but one slip, and the Cowboys or even those pesky 49ers could leapfrog us. Chicago, their mirror images at 8-3, leading the NFC North with a top 10 offense that's evolved into a nightmare under new head man Ben Johnson. This guy's a wizard, folks, scheming up plays that twist defenders like pretzels at a Reading Terminal Market tailgate. Johnson's got the Bears attacking edges, exploiting mismatches, and turning routine snaps into highlight reel chaos. And feeding it all? Rookie sensation turned sophomore stud Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick out of USC, who's morphing into a dual-threat dynamo right before our eyes. Phillips didn't mince words when we cornered him on Williams. "I think he's really made a step in his second year, and he's an extremely mobile and effective quarterback on the run with his feet, throwing the ball. He looks more comfortable commanding that offense this year. And I have a ton of respect for him. Definitely going to have to bring my A game." Spot on, Jalon. Williams has scrambled for over 400 yards already this season, extending plays like Lamar Jackson on steroids, and his arm? It's got that zip that reminds me of a young Jalen Hurts slinging it under the lights at the Link. But here's the rub: to neutralize him, Fangio's calling for surgical precision. The goal is a disciplined pass rush to keep Williams in the cage of the pocket. Phillips broke it down. That's pretty much the entire focus. Other than stopping the run, which is obviously a premium. He's very effective when he's able to escape and extend plays. So for us, it's gotta be pass rush lane discipline, relentless rush. Imagine this, Phillips and Josh Sweat pinching those edges, with Bryce Huff stunting inside like a Philly cheesesteak, greasy, unpredictable, and oh so effective. Statistically, it's gold. The Eagles' D has held opposing QBs to a league-low 4.2% scramble success rate when contained, per Pro Football Focus. Compare that to Williams' 52% on designed runs, yikes. If we force him to plant those feet, his completion percentage dips below 60%, and that's when Hasan Reddick can feast. But Johnson's no slouch. His motion-heavy sets have gashed defenses for 28 first downs after the snap this year alone. It's edge attack chess, and Phillips knows Johnson's playbook inside out from AFC East battles. They do a good job of attacking the edges and exploiting weaknesses, he admitted, putting Caleb and the skill guys in position to succeed. We're just gonna have to be relentless, play disciplined, and technically sound. Fangio, the grizzled veteran who's turned around more defenses than I've had hot takes, echoed that in our exclusive sit-down. Jalen's voice in that locker room? It's gold. This loss to Dallas? Fuel. We're built for these moments, the ones that echo the Birds Super Bowl run when we shock the world. Zoom out for a second, because context is king in this league. Historically, the Eagles are 7-4 against the Bears since the merger, with that iconic 31-3 rout in '85 still fueling Barstool debates. But dig deeper. Philly's pass rush has been the NFC East's envy, racking up 32 sacks through 11 games, tops in the division, edging out Dallas by 3. Phillips' arrival? It's bumped our pressure rate to 42%, a 12-point jump from last year's mid-season slump. Remember when the Sanchez days had us dreaming of glory? This feels like that, but with Hurts' legs adding 500 rushing yards and A.J. Brown torching secondaries for 900 receiving. Injuries? Knock on wood. Devonta Smith's nicked up, but back for this one, and Jason Kelce's retirement void? Filled by Cam Jurgens channeling that center legacy like a boss. Expert take from ESPN's Tim McManus, a Philly kid at heart. Phillips isn't just a rental, he's the trade that tips the scales. If they bottle Williams, it's a statement win that buries the Cowboys' hopes. And let's sprinkle in some voices from the trenches, shall we? I caught up with Jalen Hurts after practice, our dual-threat captain, who's got more rushing TDs than most RBs this year. Jalen's fire? It's infectious, Hurts grinned. That Dallas game lit a fuse under us. Chicago's coming, but we're the big dogs in the East. Time to remind him why the Link's the loudest house in football. Over in Bears camp, Williams fired back. Philly's D is stout, no doubt. But we've got schemes that'll test them. Respect to Phillips. He's a dog. And from the stands, a fictional fan chat with South Philly's Vinny Rizzo, diehard since the Snow Bowl. Phillips? He's got that Reggie White soul, baby. One loss to the boys? That's just motivation. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's stuff that turkey and send Caleb packing. Looking ahead, the crystal ball's glowing green. I see the Eagles grinding out a 27-20 victory, Phillips notching a strip sack that flips the script late.
Why?
Because this team's built for November wars, the ones that forge playoff beasts. A win here locks in home field leverage, crushes Chicago's wildcard dreams, and keeps us one step from that rematch with Dak in the divisional round. Lose? Well, let's not go there. The East is ours to lose, and with Hurts under center, anything's possible. It's the kind of game that could echo into February, much like that 17 miracle when Nick Foles turned underdogs into champions. So, Eagles faithful, fire up the grills, dust off those Kelly green jerseys, and tune in tomorrow, because when the Birds take flight against the Bears, it's more than a game, it's a declaration. Will Phillips unleash the hounds and cage the Heisman Kid? You bet your last wing we'll find out. This is your Philadelphia Eagles, unyielding, unbreakable, and forever flying high. Grab your crew, crank the volume, and join the chant. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to glory. I'm your host, signing off from the City of Champions. See you at kickoff.